Hi again, everyone. I'm olliemathews. This is Societal Narcissism. No contribution with this video. Like I said on my last video, all out of contributions and sponsors. So if you want to sponsor a video, sponsor a reaction, you want to get your story in, now's the time. I'm pretty much wide open. I will ask if there's anything out there that I missed with contribution, like a private video or a video, please resend it to me, at olliemathews, and I'll get it right out to you. Also, before you watch this video, please go to the link in the top of the description box. Please watch the Rumble version of this video, as I'm still monetized over there, and it'll help greatly. If you can't contribute to the channel, it's an easy way to contribute. Just watch the video on Rumble where it's monetized. I can make money off the ads. Like and comment. You guys know what to do. So I was talking to Yearbook today after we had lunch, and I've talked about her. You guys all know the deal with her family and how abusive they were. And the thing is with them, she just stopped calling one day in 2012, and she never heard from them again. They never looked. They never saw anything, and never heard from her again. Like, just disappeared, and that's the way they wanted it. And what the heck were we? I can't even remember what we were watching. What the heck? Now it just flew right out of my mind. We were watching something. What the heck? I can't even remember. Whatever it was, we were watching something, in high school, and they were acting like, in the high school, they were at the graduation, like there were kids meeting each other that never actually met each other. And Yearbook made the point, well, how does that even happen? How do you graduate with people you never met? I'm like, well, in school's big enough, that's pretty common. I knew everybody in my school, but I knew of other people in schools that at graduation, they didn't know 70% of the class because the school was so big and everybody ran in cliques, and that's just the way, that's just the way it was. But then Charlene made a comment. She said, well, I had to know who everybody was because I was on the yearbook staff. And she made a comment about her parents in the yearbook, and then when she said that, memory clicked in my head about my own yearbook. Actually, two memories about my own yearbook that directly pertain to my parents. And I told you what the deal is. Once I was old enough and a teenager and in high school, I never wanted anything to do with my parents, ever. I always wanted them as far away from me as possible. I didn't want them around. I didn't want to be around them. More so when I hit high school, for obvious reasons, beyond the sexual innuendo and the hypersexuality of my mother, and they're friggin' fucking all over the place, and then fighting with everybody and not getting along with everybody, and just the general embarrassment. I didn't want them around. I didn't want to be around them. Her naked on the goddamn lingerie all over the house, on the refrigerator. We know the story. And I've talked about how I had to I hid everything from them. I hid everything. I had to be a blank slate. I couldn't like music. There was nothing I could like that wasn't going to be turned against me, except sports. Sports couldn't be turned sexual. That was a different problem because I just couldn't perform in front. My father would psych me out and just make me lose my mind. But that yearbook, and I forgot I did this. I completely forgot I had done this. It was two things I'd done. The first thing was all the parents in the yearbook would buy ad space to write a message to their children, to who was graduating, how proud they were, and success, and what they meant. And all the parents would. Mine didn't. Do you know why? Because I never told them. I hid it. Because I didn't want to give them that opportunity. I didn't want them in there. I didn't know what my mother would put something inappropriate, some kind of sexual inappropriate. I didn't want them I didn't want it. And then my mother got wind of it. But by the time she got wind of it, it was 2 days before it was way too late. It was like 2 days before the yearbook's going. She's like, what is this? Everybody's talking about, they're talking to these parents. What quote did you put in for you? I'm like, yeah. I was supposed to bring it to you. I didn't. Why didn't you do that? I'm like, because I don't want you in there. Because I can't trust you. I don't want you around me. You're an embarrassment. We're the only, and they were the only parents. That didn't get it. And I had to explain. I'm like, I know, because I don't want you around. And everybody kind of already knows. I don't like you. I don't want you around. You're an embarrassment. You have tortured me for the last for the first 18 years of my life. I don't even want you at my graduation. None of it. I didn't want you at my graduation ceremony. What do I want you in my yearbook for? So you can permanently embarrass me. The idea, the thought of getting a loving message from them, knowing who they are, and knowing I'd rather jerk off with sandpaper. It'd be more pleasurable, it'd be more enjoyable. Oh, they were so mad. They were so fucking pissed because they were embarrassed. They knew why I did it. I told them why I did it, and everybody in the whole town knew why. Everybody was so where's your quote? Oh, Matthew didn't bring it to me. That figures. And everybody would go, oh. And they know why, and they nod. And I was like, everybody's just looking at us like we're garbage. Like we're garbage because you didn't want to do. Yeah. And then the second part is, and what is this quote? What is this quote that you put in as your quote? And this is going to sound fucked up, what I put in as a quote in my yearbook, but that was a reason. A lot of people didn't get it. A couple people got it who knew my father, and they knew what I got with it. Most people didn't get it, and they thought I was being an idiot. But I didn't care because I hated 95% of the people in my school anyway. I could give fuck all at that point what they thought of me or my opinions. So why not have your parents in the yearbook? Because it wasn't about their opinions. It was about my opinion. I didn't want them there. And I knew they cared what the other people thought. I didn't care what they thought. They cared what they thought. So the quote was, never do today what you could put off till tomorrow. And it sounds like a fucked up quote, except for the fact that the quote came from my fucking father. It's my father's quote. It's what he used to say when he didn't want to do something. Never do today what you could put off till tomorrow. What kind of stupid quote is that? I'm like, it's your quote, stupid. I never said, They try to call me out in front of his side of the family. I'm like, and I told him that's your quote. No, it isn't. And one of my cousins said to him, yeah, it is, Uncle Brian. I heard you say it all the time. I wanted nothing to do with these people for so fucking long. I didn't want them at any of my events. I didn't want them in my yearbook. I didn't want them around me. I didn't, by the time I was older, I not even that. by the time I was past 4, I didn't want any affection. Once it was clear, okay, that affection from them was completely fake and completely bullshit, and it never really happened anyway. They were more concerned about partying, having fucking sex all over town, trying to do whatever they're doing, fucking naked Polaroids, fucking lingerie on the goddamn refrigerator, fucking coking up on the weekends, and while you're leaving me with child molesters. Oh, he's gay. Oh, let's be a fag hag, and let's let some couple gay guys I just met in ShopRite watch my fucking 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid. Why didn't you get a quote? Why didn't I let you buy a set? Huh? I also said, like, well, yeah, you would have had to buy it. You know how much you love spending money. I would have paid. Like, well, I don't want you there anyway. I didn't want you there. It's like I didn't want you coaching any of my little league teams. I didn't want you watching any of my games. I didn't want you watching my track meets. Every time my parents didn't show up to a track meet, I won a medal. Every time my parents didn't show up at one of my weren't at the taekwondo tournaments, I fucking won. I medaled. The one time my fucking asshole father shows up with my brother, okay? And not even that I lost the fight, because I was like a high blue belt at the time, and it was more about the schools. Like, there was like a fight between the schools and all, so we were getting fucked that tournament anyway. And some white belt girl beats me and I knocked her out, knocked the wind out of her 4 times. That means you get a clean shot to the breadbasket. That's indisputable. They didn't give me a point. Like, how has she got the, like, and Mr. Acidi, that was my instructor, screaming, how is she not breathing if he didn't score the point? But there's my old man sitting there. There he is, just screwing it up, screwing me up on the baseball dime. As soon as he's there, I'm all over the place. Once I'm on the fire department team, I'm fucking playing lead. I'm batting lead off because I'm fast, and playing center field because I could track down anything. If you're putting it in the air, and if it's in like center, anywhere from mid left to mid right to center, I'm running that shit down. That's how fast I was. And one game we're in the middle of a game, we're at home, we're behind the high school, we're playing Garfield Fire Department. I'm having a fucking game. I am having a game. And all of a sudden, what do I see? Here it comes. And I'm 22, 23 years old. Like, this is beyond the point where your parents are showing up. Why? I'm playing for the fire department, the organization they can't stop making fun of, but now they're going to come and show up in the middle of the game while I'm playing softball. And I'm like, I'm like, what are you doing here? Oh, well, we can't watch you play? We can't watch it. Now the whole fire department's like, oh, that's kind of nice that they're there. I'm like, no, you don't know. You don't know. A couple of the people I went to high school with, they knew. They're like, oh, shit. And the one kid, Kevin Capadonna, who, like, I wasn't great friends with him in high school, but we were firefighters now together, so we're all cool. And he's just like, he sat down, he's like, don't let him get in your head, man. Because he played Babe Ruth, and he could tell what happened. Well, what would happen around was like, don't let him get in your head. They're like, that's why he's here. He's here to get in my head. He's here to get in my head. Like, next inning or 2 innings later, like, big, like, one, Garfield, big guy. I think he was their cleanup hitter. But he fucking smoked the ball. He smoked it. And I couldn't, like, I got a bad read, and, like, I hadn't gotten a bad read the whole fucking season, and there he is, sitting there in my peripheral, the ball, and like, he smoked. It would have been a hard play, but it was a play I knew I could have fucking made. I know it. And I got a bad read, I got a bad jump, the ball dropped. I get it. Try to hit the cutoff man and the fucking ball sails. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. And the chief is also like, he's the manager of the department. And he's like, what's good? He's like, what the hell was that? He asked, like, what the hell was that? And my father yells out, he's like, he's always had a wild arm. What? And it was at that point that everybody kind of looked like, now I know why. And when the inning was over, Jimmy Schneider said, now I know why you didn't want him here. It's like, holy shit, who does that? Whose parents do that? Mine. Mine do. Mine do. But I got that one on them. Because that's forever, that yearbook, and you didn't get in there. You didn't get in there, and that's exactly how I wanted it to be. I forgot about it. I completely forgot about that. You know why? Because I never ever looked at the yearbook after that. I never even looked at it. I know where it is. I don't even have my yearbook. My yearbook is sitting in my parents' bookcase. What would I want it for? Let it sit there. So it would be a constant reminder. So you can go look at every other parent's quote, how loving they are with their parents. Like, not every one of them is real, but most of them, I'm sure. And just know, like, look, me, I know you still look. I know you still watch. Okay? Go get that yearbook out of there. Okay? I've been telling you I want you nowhere near me long before I ever went no contact. Long before I ever went no contact. I was telling you people, get the fuck away from me. I want nothing to do with you. Because you're destructive and they're toxic. And they do get in my head when they're in front of me. And they get just like your abusers get in your head. Which is why no contact and distance is the best remedy. Because only through no contact do you get this kind of clarity for you to be able to reassess and see things for what they are. My subconscious was driving me away from them for years before I actually did it. Years. Think about that. I was the only one in my class. The only one. And I made sure that thing didn't go in and they didn't find out about it until it was too fucking late. Thank God I did. Denied. At least in one instance, I was able to deny your supply. Maybe they probably never got over that. The narcissist never gets over denied supply, do they? No, they don't. But I'm happier for it. So fuck it, right? It's starting to drizzle. We're about to get hit with another half sunstorm. Haven't heard the thunder yet, but it's coming. Definitely chilled out a little from earlier, but it's Florida hot. I love it. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.